I can envisage a world where Mikel Arteta and Arsenal do win the Premier League this season. The reason for this is that I think it's a poor Premier League. It's a poor Premier League, and that makes it a more exciting Premier League title race, more exciting Premier League from top to bottom. But this year is a rarity in many ways because there's actually a lot of poor sides, and there's also a lot of underperforming sides. You can't imagine Tottenham are going to be as bad next year. You can't imagine Manchester United are going to be as bad next year. Manchester City are going to be better next year. Chelsea's a work in progress on the upward trajectory. There's a lot of sides here in the Premier League this season that I think will be better next year. So the opportunity in Arsenal's last 14 games to win 12, 13, 14 of those is there. So I can see a world where Arsenal drop a lot of points. Liverpool beat Bournemouth this weekend, but Bournemouth had so many big chances, Ollie, that it got me thinking that Liverpool will drop a lot of points between now and the end of the season. So I do think it's possible. I think it would require a mini collapse on Liverpool, and it would require near perfection from Arsenal. But look, let's talk about Arsenal, Manchester City. Battered Man City 5-1. And they're still in the title race.
They are. Liverpool still have that game in hand, so it could still be 9 points in front that Liverpool extend themselves to. You look at the running order of Liverpool's season and you go, there is a stint in April and into May with Tottenham, Liverpool, Arsenal. That will be the defining part of their campaign for sure, but 2 of those games are on home soil, including the game against Arsenal. So if we're just talking title race for a second here, I still think you can say it's a bad Premier League, but there's been one side that has been consistently good from start to finish so far, and that has been Liverpool. That's why they're on top of the pile. Arsenal need a bit of luck. They need more performances like they had against Manchester City, for instance, if they're going to continue to think that they've got a title race in them. However, this City side look like they've been flogged. I mean, they look gassed, lacking energy, and all credit to Arsenal. But this City side looked like, I've never seen such dejection at 2-1, let alone 3-1 in what's meant to be a top class side. And fair credit to Arsenal that they were ruthless as well. I mean, there was literally 0 foot off the gas, which is what I love to see. I love to see great sides that want to go out and win, saying, all right, it's 2-1, it's 3-1. We're not sitting and resting on our laurels like a certain side from Milan did this week. What we're going to do instead is we're going to freaking put the foot down and we're going to embarrass you. And they did. They absolutely embarrassed City. And that look of Pep Guardiola just staring into the vapid distance just is more almost as haunting as the scraping the hands down the face, because he looked like a manager that didn't have a clue. There was very little reaction on that sideline from him. He was just stuck with, this is what I'm left with at this point. And I don't know if it's energy levels, if it's too many pre-season tours before the actual season takes place, if it's too many games, which everybody's having to deal with anyway at a top-class level in football. Arsenal was superb. Nothing really more to say about it, I think.
I think also when City came into the game, I looked at it and I thought, well, they beat Chelsea last weekend. They qualified in the Champions League. You know, this could have been the start of a mini little term for Pep Guardiola. And had they won, Ollie, yesterday, which obviously they very much didn't, had they won, they would have been, 2 or 3 points off Arsenal in second spot. So I thought it was a real disappointment from Man City. Let's talk very briefly about Miles Lewis-Skelly's celebration. If anyone hasn't seen this, the teenager scores and he kind of mimics the Erling Haaland meditation on the ground celebration. Now, I know there's kind of a kickback to this, which is, what have you won? And Erling Haaland's won everything. And why are Arsenal so, why are they so overconfident when they haven't won anything? But I just thought it was quite funny. I thought it was quite fair, like mimicking someone else's celebration. It's really not the end of the world, guys. Like, it's a football match. Like, it's really not life or death. The fact that he's kind of a kid and did it, as opposed to Havertz or Odegaard doing it, I guess maybe would rub people up the wrong way. But yeah, like, whatever. It's kind of funny.
I mean, if you do Cole Palmer's, don't you owe him like 20 grand or something? Hasn't he like trademarked his celebration, Cole Palmer? So if you do that, you do actually have to owe him money. And so Erling Haaland's looking at his side getting beaten and cash flying out the window because he hasn't trademarked his celebration. Like if you've got a celebration in football these days, guys, trademark it. Make sure you're getting paid for when people use it. Just make sure. That's all I'm saying. But I also think he's missed a ticket of he should have mimicked his tackle that got him red carded against Wolves the other week. I mean, for an inane story that blew up so unnecessarily, he should have gone like 2-footed sliding in on the corner flag and produced a red to himself, or had somebody produce a red to him, or something like that. I mean, there was a bigger twist in the tail of that celebration that should have been done.
Do you think Arsenal are overconfident as a football club for what they've won the last 5 years?
I think they ride the waves of emotion like their manager does. I think the manager is a reflection of how Arsenal deal with every situation. When it's good, it looks good, and they're fantastic, and they are perhaps overly confident. When it's bad, the world is collapsing. Nothing matters in football except for the fact that Arsenal are suddenly going through the worst period that we've seen in 15 years because Arteta's emotions reek of that, and then the players seem to take that as well. And I think it's just more that than anything else. I think they just ride a roller coaster, which I wouldn't want to be a part of as a football fan, let alone as a football player. It must be very difficult.